Yeah, not sure what's going on with my hair today. Sorry. But I really needed to sneeze. Welcome to the stream. I'm Shiro. We're gonna wait to see if we got people coming in. I can't even trust my little people counter on that screen. Because last weekend, it kept telling me I had 0 people, but then I had like 4 talking regularly, so yeah. This stream not sponsored by Pepsi, but if they want to sponsor me, they know where I am. See? We got somebody now. Hello, person. I do not know who it is yet. So yeah, this is what, for new people, this is what we usually do on the stream. I draw this week's bootleg cookie. You guys get to see it in advance. I do a lot of zooming in, zooming out. And I like to complain a lot. And clearly I do not put makeup on before I do the stream because the main event is not about my beautiful flowery face. It is about the art. I'm struggling with focusing on the screen and or the camera today. I'm kind of thinking about 3 million things at once because, yay, that's how ADHD works. A couple days ago, Friday night, to be exact, I was part of a show, PanCon from the Quest podcast, if I'm not mistaken. The Questionnaire podcast with Quest in all caps. And the theme was superheroes in the style of Akira Toriyama. And for those of you who have been stalking my socials, you saw the finished picture. And the episode itself will be up on the Questionnaire podcast YouTube eventually. I don't know his schedule. I barely know my own. But yeah, everybody decided to go for Dragon Ball Z style. And if you guys think I'm going to start shitting on people that want to draw the Dragon Ball Z style, no, that's not gonna happen. It's just that me, personally, I prefer the original Dragon Ball / a Dr. Slump style. And that is what I did for my Ninja Turtles. Everybody else did one character, but me, I knew that since my style was simpler, I decided to do all the turtles and Splinter. Splinter is about this tall. He's adorable. And I'm not going to tell you guys when, because it's not going to be soon, but it is going to be eventual. Maybe I should put a piece of tape here until they decide to sponsor me. Poopsie. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna tell you guys when, but it's not going to be soon. I will be going back on that show. There's going to be one episode, like, just me and a co-host, and there's going to be one other episode where I will be drawing superheroes as... We're just not gonna go into spoiler territory. I'm just saying I'm gonna show up again. Will I be wearing makeup and or brushing my hair? Here's the fun thing. This was originally brushed, but it's also freshly washed. And because it's freshly washed, I did not want to put hair gel. So yeah, y'all gonna have to deal with me naturally. And you don't have to worry about my health either, because I know some people, they drink soda, but I don't drink soda all the time. Once the soda is done, I immediately switch to water right here. Sometimes it's Kool-Aid, but lately I do not have the stomach for Kool-Aid. Hello, Coco! Always happy to see you. Even if I don't look it, I'm like naturally tired. Because not happy with that, like... It's called the Questionnaire Podcast. He's not kidding. He sent me a pre-podcast questionnaire for the episode where it's going to be me and one co-host. And whew. Like, there's a lot of things where it's like, what's your favorite? And I'm like, I do not have a favorite. Like, when the question, perfectly normal question, what's your favorite genre of music? And I'm like, yes. You know, let's go for Weird Al because he does a lot of genres. And video game musics. There. That's because I pretty much like anything I can sing along to. So, yeah, I think it's just easier to say Weird Al. Saying Weird Al is easier to just say than just say yes, because then you automatically understand what kind of music I like. Why'd I have to go and get myself so constipated? Believe me if I knew. Now, where am I going to get that cease and desist from, I wonder? I just finished stuffing the cutie with my savings. Yay! Coco got herself an adorable little Sailor Moon container bank on special. I used all the pictures because I am royalty and I get all the perks, and it's absolutely precious. There, I'm done with my can of nondescript soda until they decide to sponsor me. This live stream not sponsored by anybody except you, my Patreons. I'm laughing, but it's true. It's my supporters that help. See, water. Tap water on top of that. I'm a brave little toaster, I am. But then again, I don't live in the States, so my water isn't automatically poisoned. Anyway. We're gonna scoot that over here. But not too much over here, because I would like to still be able to read my script, maybe. Learn to English. And this would definitely work better if I get my face off of the screen and... Yay! Oh, this just reminds me, because we're on our way to affording the metallic Koretake set. I learned like Saturday morning, or like in the middle of the night, because I get up for pee breaks, and Koretake is coming out. What day are we? Okay, tomorrow Koretake will premiere a 5 or 6 color set of granulating colors. For those of you who don't know what that means, I don't know either. What I do know is that there's like 2 colors in each quote-unquote color in each swatch pan, whatever, and they separate when you add water, which is the whole point. And that is a type of watercolor that I've been meaning to get my hands on. And I've been experimenting on my end, like with food dye and dye-based inks and pigment ink, because the known collection and supplier of these types of 2-colored paint is Visions, I believe it's called. And the thing is, the color will... I'm just gonna see if I can get on Koretake's Instagram, because that's where I saw it. Oh, right here. There we go. Just gonna separate that. There we go. Oops. Sorry about that. Because they tend to degrade even in the tube. Bad enough that the Visions paints are like really, but really not light fast. You look at them in the sunny room, and they start to degrade. They also degrade in the tube, and that's not a good thing because I don't paint often. So here we have Aurora Red, Aurora Pink, Aurora Orange, Aurora Blue, and Aurora Violet. And an empty pan on purpose so you guys can, like, water it down. Because you're supposed to water it down before applying it on paper, they say. And you can see some examples of what's going on. But there's more, see? Like here you can see it's starting to separate in a type of magenta and purple blue. And I'm assuming this is Aurora Orange. And it separates, it has some greens in it. So yeah, I absolutely want that set. But now I have an Amazon.co.jp account, so I'm going to be stalking them through there. And see how much it costs with the shipping. And if you think I'm going to take them out of the package, because dry these paints all look exactly the frickin' same. I mean... Like, I've been really into experimenting with my colors, and I'm still not doing it as hard as I feel I should be. I'm not brave enough, I assume. I mean, I feel like I'm not brave enough because we're still, like, in the mentality of every art should have a clear view of your character in case somebody wants to draw it. That's what reference sheets are for, dumbass. I'm calling myself the dumbass because I'm the one that doesn't experiment with their colors, okay? Like, everything has to be that super clear noontime light and facing the front or 3/4. No. I need to push my poses more, my angles more, and especially my colors. I need to be more abstract with my colors. They said before starting a page of Bootleg Cookie where everything looks the frickin' same, but that's on purpose. Speaking of, one more sip of water because that was a lot of rambling, and then we're going to get started on the actual work. And that's the thing, I absolutely trust Koretake with my art. I got so much Koretake stuff. You guys probably already know about my whole collection of Koretake paints. My favorite brush is a Koretake. It's not even this one, it's this one, but they're both the same. It's just I prefer using the longer one. I usually use it more for like inking and stuff like that when I'm not using my my drawing nibs, because I am absolutely in love with my drawing nibs. When I say in love, I mean like, oh. Like this little kit right there where I gotta re-glue this strip over here there. Love them. Like that strip is the only strip that doesn't want to stay glued. It's a strip of magnetic tape that I decided to glue at the bottom to keep my nibs organized. And honestly, it's working great, except for that one strip that doesn't want to stay down. It was a roll-up strip, so it's trying to roll back into its original shape. I know a bunch of fetishists who are going to love this comic. Woo. There's one thing Mom's never going to be screaming about is about cutting her toenails. Okay, I was on the right layer. Whew. I'm still quite short of my goal for a new phone, but at least no one can penalize me for what I've got in that bank. Woo! New phone! New phone! Did my music stop? I don't see it switching on my, Oh, there's only one way to fix that. Yeah, it stopped. Sometimes it'll do that. It just needs a little reboot and it's gonna work just fine. When you start to learn all the little quirks and bullshit from your from your various softwares. Sailor Moon's gonna protect my money by blending in with my other Sailor Moon figures. couple banks, but I don't use them because I don't really use / carry actual money with me. Funko Pops are practically worthless with a few exceptions like Beanie Babies. I mean, I guess. Don't really... I mean, if I cared about the value of my Funkos, I would have kept them in the box, but like, the first thing I do with my figures is like, rah! They are here for display! Like, if we just take one of them, I have a couple. I have a Raphael, I have a Deadpool over here, Bob Ross. I have a pretty good looking Weird Al. I have a Stanley the Unicorn from the Silver Eyes book, Five Nights at Freddy's. And I believe I also have a Mermaid Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. I keep that one in my room, so... In my room, yeah, like this isn't my room. In my bedroom, I should say, with my other ponies, really. Oh, I got 3 people. Hello, third person. It's always nice to have people around. I may be an introvert, but it's nice to have people around to help me focus on what I'm doing. Speaking of autographs, be jealous because I have George Takei's. You're damn right I'm jealous. I have Marina Sirtis, but I have 2 autographs of Charles Martinet, so... I do. I have one frame up here with him and Mario, Waluigi, Wario, Luigi, and the babies. And I have one behind me on my 3rd bookcase where it's just like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion 1. And he wrote, help around it. There's an audio also somewhere, because it was my friend Jeff that got me that, and he also got me an audio of Charles Martinet saying that Shiro is a #1, and dear Shiro, help Luigi. I don't know where I put it. I know I have it somewhere. ADHD, where the hell I put it? I don't know. I just know it exists. They were actually cutting food, but I don't feel like drawing that. Also, I don't know what's going on with Divine Art lately. It's probably because we're not the only ones really sick of AI art, but I'm getting, like, faves on my latest pieces in the hundreds. It's probably because it's also, like, very fan-arty. She's eating strawberries in case it's not clear. But at the same time, like, I've been drawing fan art for a really long time and I haven't had that many likes. And it's constant. Like, I'll be honest, I usually get a lot of likes on my Smack pages, Super Mario Adventures Continued. But to see people actually like my other art, it's nice. But how much you want to bet I'm not gonna... If I do another original piece, I'm not gonna get 400 plus likes. That's pretty cool too. Yay! It is. At least I think so. Now that's a separate layer on its own. Satan incarnate little lady. See, Coco remembers the lore. And like, if you knew that old lady, you would agree with my assessment. Mom doesn't even know about the Magic Mike Fingers line. But I've been quoting obscure media since forever, so yeah. For those who don't or don't watch the Game Grumps, Aaron said that when he was trying to get a NES game to work by fiddling with the cartridge. And like, there's another line after the Magic Mike Fingers thing, but that part I omitted. because it was not relevant to the situation. I was talking about PanCon earlier. One of the other artists was saying that usually their specialty is coloring, and instead of just saying that their specialty is coloring, not drawing, they decided to shit on their own art. I am not okay with that. And I was like, dude, let me stop ya. Let me stop ya. And I was like, I'm going to try to keep this PG because it's going to be on YouTube later. I did not come out of my mother drawing frickin' Mozart. If any of you watch Game Grumps, you know this is not exactly how the quote goes. But I explained by that basically don't get intimidated because other artists are faster. We all have different styles, different degrees of practice. And to be quite honest, his piece was perfectly fine. I don't know what he was complaining about. And he was like, it's not that good. I mean, look, one of them was working with markers, one of them was working with Poscas, I was working digitally. I believe Andrew was working digitally also. And like this artist that was complaining that their art wasn't as good, they were doing their freaking best with a pencil and a sketchbook, which is perfectly fine. I am not shitting on the fact that he was using a sketchbook and a pencil. Quite the opposite, in fact. I am talking about how great of a job he did with what he had. He was in a hotel room because he had just finished traveling for a wedding, and like the wedding was the next day, yesterday I would assume, because we were Friday night. Like, he was rushed, he was tired, he had a pencil and a sketchbook when all of us were, like, at home with all our stuff. Like, honestly, serious props, like S-level props right there. Great job, 10-10. Will life draw with you again, you know? And yeah, I have to constantly specify if I'm shitting on somebody or not, because by default people think I'm always shitting on them. Or that I mean the worst possible thing when I say something. You know, the equivalent of my favorite color is red, and why are you racist against blue kind of response, you know? So yeah, I will over-explain. Constantly. But most of the time I have no choice. I mean, you guys been on Shitter. You know how they are over there. Well, I've met people like that during my entire childhood, so yeah. Shiro is gonna complain about their childhood again. I'm gonna keep going at it until children are treated with respect in schools. Okay? Okay. Yeah, but they gotta learn to deal about it because, real life. Yeah, well, maybe don't grow up to be a shitty adult. How about that? What do you think of that? Yeah. Deal about it between yourselves if you were the type to bully other kids at school. And that's intergenerational. Because every time I talk about how shitty my childhood is, in my head, of course, I'm talking about how shitty school was. But because my mom was bullied too and often told that she was stupid and a horrible human being, she keeps thinking that I'm talking about her when I'm talking about my shitty childhood. But like, home was really the only place where I didn't have a shitty childhood. I mean, I was drowning in toys, and it's not because my parents were trying to get rid of me, like, here's a toy, go play, leave us alone. No. My parents were doing their best. So personally, I think mom was getting me a lot of those toys because my brother, who I have to explain in this context is actually my cousin. It's just we were raised together in the same house as babies, up to 5 years old, etc. Got a lot of toys, and my mom didn't want me to get jealous, I would guess, or feel left out, stuff like that. So she would buy me similar toys and stuff like that. When we were babies, we had 2 of everything. And when we started growing, like, my brother got a Teddy Ruxpin, and suddenly I had a cricket. And now I just showed how old I was to everybody on the internet. Teddy Ruxpin, cricket, what the hell? That cricket never worked, by the way. Either that or like the technology wasn't there and she would eat batteries, because I never got her to play longer than a couple minutes of her cassettes. These things should have come with a plug so you could plug them in the wall, because I bet they were like the Sega Dreamcast, Sega Game Gear maybe, and they would need like these gigantic like D-cell batteries. But eat them up in 5 minutes. At least the Game Gear had a plug to plug it in the wall. Fantastic screen on that little thing, though, I gotta say. It's just that I really don't play my Game Gear often at all, because I only have like 5-6 games on it, and not one of them is an RPG, so... Speaking of RPGs, I have technically finished Ni no Kuni 2. Technically. Because now I'm in the post-game content. They were nice enough that you don't have to beat the entire boss if you want to beat the game again. You just have to beat like the final form. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And there are several warps throughout that dungeon. So thank you again. But now I got my kingdom to level 4 finally. I had to consult a guide to get the citizens that were missing. And now I'm mostly like trying to get the resources for some post-content costumes and exploring the Midnight Garden. I'm more interested in exploring the Midnight Garden than I am like the Labyrinth or the Faraway Forest, because there's a bit of lore going on in the Midnight Garden. But I'm going to need to go further down both the Labyrinth and the Faraway Forest, because those have resources that I need. Plus I'm trying to level up, because I started all these areas like at level 73, now I'm at level 83, and I need to get higher and higher. One of my current side quests that I'm still working on will, at the end of the side quest, require me to be like level 120. Secret boss, da-na-na-na-na-na. And one of the steps for that quest is beating Mouse Singer in a duel. Well, in a duel. It's still me and my party members, but you know what I mean. And he's level 75. And if there's something that Ni no Kuni 2 taught me, is if you're at level 75 and the monster is at level 75, the monster is going to eat your ass for dinner and have leftovers for supper. So I tried him, I was level 73, killed me. Tried him, I was level 75, killed me. Tried him, I was level 83, killed me. So yeah, I need to grind, so might as well go through the various randomized dungeons that are the Labyrinth and Faraway Forest. I'm already stuck in the Midnight Garden because door 2 has enemies that varies in range from level 80 to level 93 so far. And I struggled a lot at that level 93 boss, so I'm going in dungeons to grind. I'm at Magic Kent, Earthbound, and at Fireburg in Mystic West. Fireburg! Ruben! I realized much too late that I seem to have accidentally sold the broken bazooka before Jeff could fix it. I hope I can still beat the game. I think there's a way to get another bazooka at least. I don't remember, but I think there's a way. There is no other way to get a Sword of Kings, though, if you don't get it at Stonehenge. At least I believe it's in Stonehenge. I've played Earthbound, like, fairly often, but I'm not at the point of remembering the details really well. Like, past 4 sides, it kind of gets blurry because I always forget that Summers and Toto exists. In a way, it's a bit like A Link to the Past, because I've never been really good at that one, and I've only beaten it recently, and that recently was the first times that I actually saw the inside of Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower. Now, am I enjoying Ni no Kuni 2? Yes. Is my party way too frickin' white and samey? Also yes. Like, I feel it's a little ridiculous that the whole story of the game is uniting all the kingdoms and the races together. And, like, you have cat people, you have mouse people, you have dog people, you have mermaids, mermen, and humans of all skin types. Your party: white man, white man, white man, white woman, white girl, and your main character is a white boy, but he has cat ears and a cat tail because he's half cat people, so of course that's okay. Yeah, it's a Stonehenge, a drop from a Starman Super. Yes, it is. I remembered enough that I had to fight a lot of Starmans before I finally got that friggin' sword. So yeah, I enjoy the game, but at the very minimum least, okay, you pick up Leander in Hydropolis where they got all the mermaids. Leander should have been a merman. I mean, come on. Make it fun for me, you know? Like, it's a fantasy story. I should be able to play with fantasy creatures. I know it's a little bit hypocrite of me since I never frickin' play with Umaro in Final Fantasy VI, but I play with Mog. The thing with Mog is you can actually control him. So my problem with Umaro is not that he's a Yeti, is that he's a Berserk Yeti. Like, literally, I think there's an accessory that he can equip, but the game won't let me equip it on him, and I don't know why. I can say that it's nice that the Pixel Remaster doesn't have the Dinosaur Forest bug that I have in my original cartridge, so I was able to play in the Dinosaur Forest a little bit, so that's appreciated. I will admit that I do enjoy Ni no Kuni 2's post-game content, I should say. Like I enjoyed the post-content, or should I say the extra content in the DS version of Chrono Trigger. If Square decides to remake Chrono Trigger, I hope they will add the extra content that they did in the DS version. In the Pixel Remasters, they did not add the extra content that they did in previous versions of the various Final Fantasies, but that I do not miss. Because honestly, I was so disappointed. Like, yay, new dungeons in the Final Fantasy VI, but they had also added new espers. But the way you learn about them was such a throwaway. Oh my god, I was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest insulted. Like, you would think, like, okay, for Leviathan. You meet Leviathan basically the same way as you did in Final Fantasy IV. You ride a boat, you fall on him, basically. Final Fantasy VI, you have to beat him for him to join you. Bah. But and like in the World of Runes, and like there is a spot where you have to take a boat, so you have to encounter him. But the way you learn about him is that there's an NPC with the Returner sprite, which is appropriate, that just runs up to you in I think it's in Nikea. But he just runs up to you and tells you, "Hi, I'm the last returner on Earth." And since the world was destroyed, there were more espers that came out or survived the end of the world, and these are the espers, and this is exactly where they are. And I was like, that's not really a good way to handle your new secrets game. Like, it's not even like in the game's personality, because in some of the towns you have some NPCs that if you ask them, they will give you directions to certain areas. If you ask them, as in you talk to the person says, "I have some information, would you like to hear it, yes or no?" No. This returner just runs up to you and vomits the info, and then he's a completely useless NPC. Like, at the very best, why not have an NPC situated in the closest location to one of the new espers and like go like I heard a rumor and stuff like that, you know? Hi, Coco and Sharon. Hope you're both well. Super busy today, but I had to drop in and say hello. Hi, Paul. Thank you for dropping in. I like when Paul's busy. That means I get to see stuff. I get to see cool art stuff. But at his own pace, because you cannot rush perfection. But yeah, like having that returner like just run up to you and tell you all this information, it's kind of like when games just kind of stops the entire game to explain to you how it works. Which a lot of modern games do. Because I'm gonna get in my time. You kind of just had to figure it out on your own. If you couldn't figure something out, usually the information was in the booklet. Like, the information wasn't necessarily spoon-fed to you, you know? And I'm not talking things about the games were better because they were harder. That freaking easy mode. Because, honestly, between you and me, I fucking love easy mode, okay? Because then I get to play a game and have a good time and not have to spend 3 million hours grinding just to get to the next spot in the game. You know what I mean? I'm an adult. I have other stuff to do. I know I just talked about grinding in Ni no Kuni, but like, this is my own choice, so I grind when I want. I don't need to grind to advance the story. That's different. It's post-game content. I'm doing better with the clot, and I will be having vein surgery in the summer to prevent another clot from starting. Coco, I'm glad that you are covered for those. I missed a spot. Exams this week, then art will happen. Art. Also, Paul, if you weren't there earlier, because I assume you weren't, I talked about tomorrow Koretake will premiere Japan only for now, I would assume, because that's what they do. A new granulating color palette. There's 5 colors and 1 empty. Yes, I know. There's 5 colors and 1 empty pan. And they're called like Aurora Red, Pink, Orange, Blue and Violet, I believe. And they're the type of colors that I've been wanting to experiment with. Like, you put them in water and they start separating into 2 different colors, so you get some weird effects. So of course I'm gonna want them. So I'm going to be stalking my Amazon Japan account until I find some. But they're going to drop them tomorrow, so we're not in a hurry. So yeah, I'm not shitting on easy mode. What I'm shitting on is when they stop the game to explain it to you. Plus, they don't really have a reason to do that since translations are usually better quality. Usually, because I keep finding typos in AAA games. If you're so good, why don't you apply? Have you guys seen me type? You guys have seen me type. You guys see me write this text all the time. But I am not a AAA game developer, for whatever. I'm a gamer that grew up in the 80s and the 90s and desperately want Ted Woolsey's autograph. And I still don't know how I'm going to go about that because he's not really that often on Twitter. I hope it's not because he got chased out because people made fun of his translations, because I know the lore. I know that he was rushed at the time. But it's because of him we have Son of a Submariner and Spoony Bard. So much so that even Square from Japan had to admit that Spoony Bard was iconic. Though I have to check if they actually put Spoony Bard in the Pixel Remaster, because so far I've played Final Fantasy IV Remaster in Spanish and in French. I haven't played in English yet. Spanish for practice, French for fun. Hey, it kind of rhymes and alliterates. That's nice. When it gets on sale, I'm definitely getting Ni no Kuni 1. I don't know if it's going to play the same. It's a risk to take, but I'd rather take a risk at $14.95 than a risk at $64.99. Okay. Did I enjoy the remake of Super Mario RPG? A lot. Did I enjoy the post content? Meh. The thing is, all they did was like add a boss gauntlet. A boss gauntlet with like a gimmick that forces you to think differently about the battle instead of doing what I usually do, which is punch, 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 heal, punch, 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 heal. That part I appreciate, but it's still just a battle gauntlet. If they could have put something a bit more story-like, once again, I will say, like Ni no Kuni 2, like the Chrono Trigger DS remake, That would have been nice, but that's just me because I like story. When's the last time I saved? I'm saving and I'm having a sip of water because it's important to stay hydrated. Jesus, Murphy, I got like 46 likes in between when I started the live stream to now. 39 of those are on that piece I was talking about. Toriyama style Ninja Turtles. Yeah. It's not that I'm mad I'm getting likes. The oyoyo was more like, I can't believe it. But it's important to take little breaks once in a while too. I think we're doing good progress. So Coco is currently quote-unquote double fisting Earthbound and Mystic Quest. What kind of games you guys like? And if you're watching the archive on YouTube, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I keep forgetting about that. I just think it's a neat trick, that little rainbow thing every time the audio on a video says like and subscribe. Shiro, why do you like only play RPGs? I play platformers sometimes. I managed to beat Super Mario Wonder, and quite honestly, the final boss was the easiest Bowser I've ever had to deal with. Like, the entire time I was fighting him, I was like, Is the bouncing floor supposed to hinder me? Because this is great. This is going, like, swimmingly. You're supposed to, if you want a good boost, you're supposed to jump with the floor in rhythm with the music. And I'm like, game on. I just really like RPGs. Preferably turn-based RPGs. Because, well, once again, ADHD, I like to do 3 things at once. One of the reasons why I'm not interested in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. The others being Red 13, Sid, and Vincent are apparently not playable. So what is the fucking point? And I've also heard that the gameplay of Final Fantasy VII is action-based. And yeah, Ni no Kuni's battle gameplay is also action-based. That makes me feel kind of meh. Because sometimes, like, there's 10 enemies on the screen, and I'm like, okay, I'm fighting this one, I'm fighting this one, I'm fighting this one. Where am I? Camera doesn't quite snap in attention. But if that's what you like, all the power to you. Like, I'm okay with a transition from turn-based to adventure style, kinda, sorta. Because if that's what the majority of gamers prefer, I mean, fine. The important thing is that you're having fun. The fact that they're literally removing gameplay by taking out Red 13, Sid, and Vincent as playable characters. Is it because they don't look good in a bikini? Is that it? I can assure you, Sid could absolutely rock a bikini. And if there's something that's really going to convince me not to play a game, is somebody tell me, oh, but you gotta try the game. That's not quite right. Not just telling me, like, insisting. That's what turns me off a game. That's what turns me off anything. Like, if they say, oh, you gotta try this game, and I say, oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. If they say, have you ever played this game? Or you gotta try this game, and I'm like, no, not really my style, or I don't really feel like it, or I'm not interested. Oh, but you gotta! Oh, suddenly I really don't gotta. Suddenly I gotta watch the paint dry off my walls that weekend. I'm sorry. You want to make real sure I don't play a game? Do that. Like for Mystic Quest, Coco was like, should I try it? You talk a lot about it, and I'm like, yes, but... That's a game I would like to see remade. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. How would they go about it? Like, would you get the original experience, or would they rebuild it, story included, from the ground up? There is a remake on Steam. An unofficial remake. They changed the name of the game, but the rest is clearly Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. You know what? I'm gonna check something real quick before my fingers cramp up from all the drawing. Ooh, Star Ocean: The Second Story. That's in my wish list on my Switch. I can't remember the name to save my life. Ah! I'm just gonna drop that in the chat real quick. The thing is, I can't try it myself because it's Windows only, and I'm on a Mac. Jacob's Quest is hard to old style RPG, and a remake and re-implementation of core game elements and storytelling. It's Mystic Quest! Like, I'm looking at the screenshot, and this is literally the ice pyramid right here. And these are the doors and the tower, like... And this is the first dungeon, Bone Dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. Where you get the elixir for Kaylee. Whatever her name is in in this version. I'll never know because I can't play it. I don't have a Windows machine. I do have a Windows machine, but I don't want to go upstairs and try and download it and play it on my mom's Windows machine. But yeah, Square got mad because when they remade Mystic Quest, they made it paid. So of course, yeah, that's where you draw the line, you know? But like literally all they did was rename the game and the main character. I am terribly curious to know if they changed the names of the areas also, and the names of your secondary player characters. If not, that would be so fucking funny. Yeah, but Shiro, what if there's a Square, an important Square representative watching your videos? If there's an important Square representative watching my videos, hire me. Prove it by hiring me and giving me gobs of money. Like and subscribe. Like, I believe from what I've just gleaned that the game's been out since 2002. Make a Mac version. Not that I like gaming on my Mac either. Here's the thing, I bought my Mac to work on it. And work I shall. So I don't want to hear anybody going, well, why didn't you get a PC to game? PCs are better for game. And I'm like, I am working right now! Like, I consider myself on the time limit. Macs have been the machines that it can actually handle me. Like, it didn't take long for all of my PCs to start developing issues. And we all know about the one that exploded. But my Mac's so far, my first Mac managed to last a really long time. Like, twice its planned obsolescence life, so yeah. Besides, I prefer gaming in my living room anyway, on console. It's my choice, and I'm not gonna start judging yours the way you guys like to game. You're having fun. That's all that matters. I can't hear the music I play for you guys anymore because of the way it's set up. So right now I have the main kingdom theme of Ni no Kuni 2 playing on loop in my head. Kind of a pain in the ass. That's on me for exploring so much of the map and spending so much time in my kingdom trying to upgrade it. Gotta love my dad and his golden eyes. Oh my god, this is Gerudo. And if anybody wants to complain about my way of pronouncing Gerudo instead of Gerudo, I had somebody argue with me that it was pronounced Kokobo and not Chocobo, so yeah. I'm gonna pronounce it however I want. And the correct way is Chocobo. Bite me. And you probably notice how quiet it is compared to usual. My parents went to a supper with our accountant. Oh, please be nice to me this year tax season. There is something that they changed in the Final Fantasy VI Remaster. I am not that fond of this change. It's small, but it's there. They made the opera scene a little less interactive in a way. Like, instead of me walking up like by myself using the control pad, walking up the stairs, and then reaching Draco and dancing with him, and then picking up the flowers and hurrying the fuck up to the balcony to drop them. It's more like an active battle thing. Like an active sequence. You have to look at the screen and then wait for the A button to flash, so you know when to tap it, so you don't do it early or do it too late. When I was playing it in Spanish, which was my first playthrough, I did not know that. So, of course, all my actions were early because I kept trying to walk by myself. And it relates to what I was talking about earlier about learning the game on the spot. Because otherwise, if it had that feature of stopping the game to explain to you what was going on, I'm pretty sure the game would have stopped, like, just before I was supposed to push a button to explain to me that I was supposed to push a button. But losing in that way and having to do the sequence again, then I caught on, you know? And that's how it should be. I'm being generous with showing that that comforter as white because, well, they have a dog, they let the dog sleep in the bed. That comforter has not been perfectly white for a long time. Weather. There we go. Weather. Snowflakes. And now we're doing the technical stuff, where I make speech bubbles and then I slightly move them to make them look a little bit more natural. Hey, almost 3 o'clock. Holy jeez. You know it's gonna last a lot longer whenever I put even a tiny bit of background. Now, I was talking about how the foot fetishists were going to love this strip. They're also going to hate it because I don't show myself rubbing my mom's feet. Good. Die mad. Now watch me being cancelled because I used that word. And for those of you who knows what I'm talking about when I say Satan Incarnate, and if you're part of the family of Satan Incarnate, you can't say anything, because you also agreed at the time that that person was Satan Incarnate, so yeah. Just because they have passed away now, you can't get away with, oh, but they were such a nice person. And no. But, yeah, but Shiro, what if you pass away and then people say bad things about you at your funeral? Let them! I don't care, I'm dead! Like, don't shit on me while I'm alive and then go to my funeral and, oh, I was friends with them, they were such a nice person. First of all, no, I'm not nice. I can be nice, but I'm not. I'm perfectly capable of being nice with people who deserve to have nice Shiro. I would take the shirt off my back for you if you need help. However, if you're a dick, and I mean more dick than I am a dick, I'm going to be an even bigger dick. Now, what your definition of being a dick is up to you. I have my own. And we'll just find out those boundaries as we go. I am hearing little feetsies. Little feetsies of an abandoned child. Hello, Lily. You're coming to sulk a little bit. That's okay. Because when my parents go out somewhere without her, it is the worst day of her life. Yay, we're almost done. And no Paul to tell us that the show was awesome today. I will have to use my imagination. Oh, you are still here. Yay, thanks, Paul. Your comic looks awesome, Sharon. Thanks for a great show. I'll be back to normal by next week. When have you ever been normal? Who in this chat, including me, have ever been normal at any point? In their entire lives? How dare? How dare you, sir? I challenge you to a duel. Stylus at dawn. Alright, we're gonna save, we're gonna sip, and then we're going to look it over. Just gotta put a little bit of weight right here. Right here, buddy. I don't know for you guys, I'm so looking forward... Oh, see, I missed a spot here. I'm so looking forward to next week. Next Friday, I should be getting my new Sailor Moon art book, Sailor Moon Raisonné. So expect a lot of Sailor Moon style art after. Like, I'm going to get on Friday and it's going to be Saturday. Saturday's my day off. What do you think I'm going to be doing? Yeah, we're good for today. Youpili-doo, je peux y croire. And it's almost 3. Oh my god. That's okay. You guys like spending time with me or else you wouldn't be here. And as usual, with every end of stream, extra special caramel drizzled chocolate sprinkled thanks to our supporters on various platforms. NBB, Paul K, Missinavis, Sir E, Othered. One day I'm gonna get it. Carl Bloke, Takahashi, Kanako, and Badat multiplayers. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Of course, next live stream gonna be next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I love fun drawing this. Like and subscribe. I love you all, and bye-bye.